These fish spend their entire life in the Lake Sammamish watershed. Anything that happens to these fish is largely in our control. It's important to have these fish do well. My name is Jim Bauer. I'm a fish ecologist with King County Science and Technical Support. Kokanee are the same species as sockeye. The sockeye species has two different major life history patterns. One is an adult salmon comes in, spawns, and those juvenile fish go out to the ocean to mature over several years and then return to spawn to freshwater. What makes kokanee unique is that life history pattern stays in freshwater for its entire life cycle. Starting in 2016 and 17, the population was really declining. And so we tried several new emergency rearing strategies, plus a captive broodstock program. We take a very small portion of wild spawners. We bring them here to Issaquah Hatchery, and we spawn those fish and incubate the eggs here on disease-free well water. We do quite a bit of biosampling. We check for viruses. We check the fish size, their condition. We take DNA samples. We also extract otoliths for analysis to see how our rearing programs and strategies are working. And we have a cryobanking program. What we can do is preserve the milt from male fish to spawn with females from different generations to ramp up the diversity of the population and maintain the aspects of the genetic component of the population that make it special. And after 3 years of good spawner returns, we're starting to see some promising results with our extended rearing fish. And we're also getting good survival with our remote incubators. We would definitely like to see between 1,000 and 10,000 fish returning every year. And if we can do that, that will really contribute to maintaining the genetic integrity of the population. And we can hopefully open some proper fisheries.